Have you ever felt like you're living the same patterns over and over again? Like certain challenges keep showing up in your life, no matter how hard you try to escape them? What if I told you that these patterns aren't random coincidences, but actually unresolved lessons your soul is desperately trying to teach you? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most profound questions in spiritual development. What does your soul need to resolve before your next incarnation? Before we explore what needs resolution, we must first understand the nature of the soul's journey through multiple lifetimes. Ancient wisdom traditions from across the globe, from Hindu and Buddhist teachings to esoteric Christianity and indigenous shamanic practices, all speak of the soul's evolutionary process through reincarnation. This isn't just about coming back in a new body. It's about the conscious evolution of your eternal essence. Your soul chose to incarnate in this specific time, in this particular body, with these exact circumstances, not as punishment or random chance, but as a perfectly orchestrated opportunity for growth and resolution. Every challenge you face, every relationship you encounter, every triumph, and every setback, they're all part of a grand curriculum designed by your higher self to facilitate the healing and evolution your soul needs. Think of your current lifetime as attending a cosmic university. Before incarnating, your soul made agreements, what spiritual teachers call soul contracts, with other souls who would play significant roles in your life. Some would come as teachers, others as mirrors to reflect your unhealed aspects, and some as catalysts to trigger your deepest transformations. These contracts aren't written in stone tablets somewhere in the ethers. They're energetic agreements based on the understanding that certain experiences, relationships, and challenges will provide the exact lessons your soul needs for its evolution. Your parents, your children, your romantic partners, even those difficult people who seem to push all your buttons. They're all part of your soul's carefully chosen curriculum. But here's what's fascinating. Many souls get so caught up in the drama of human life that they forget why they came here in the first place. They become identified with their personality, their ego, their story of victimhood or success, and lose sight of the deeper spiritual purposes underlying their experiences. This is where karmic patterns come into play. Karmic patterns are repetitive cycles of experience that continue until the soul learns what it needs to learn. If you find yourself repeatedly attracting the same type of relationships, facing similar financial challenges, or struggling with the same emotional patterns across different phases of your life, you're likely witnessing unresolved karmic themes playing out. We're living in extraordinary times spiritually. Many ancient traditions speak of this era as a time of great awakening and transformation for humanity. The Vedic traditions call it the end of Kali Yuga. The minds pointed to 2012 as a shift in consciousness, and many indigenous prophecies speak of this time as the Great Turning. What this means for your soul's journey is profound. The opportunities for rapid spiritual evolution and karmic resolution that exist in this lifetime are unprecedented. The veil between dimensions is thinner. Spiritual knowledge that was once hidden is becoming widely available, and the collective consciousness of humanity is shifting toward greater awareness. This creates both an incredible opportunity and a sense of spiritual urgency. Souls incarnating now have the chance to resolve multiple lifetimes worth of karmic patterns in a single incarnation. But it also means that what remains unresolved may carry forward in ways that could be more challenging to address in future lifetimes, depending on the collective state of consciousness at that time. Your soul knows this. That's why you might be feeling an inner pressure to grow, to heal, to awaken. That restlessness you feel, that sense that time is running out to become who you really are, that's your soul's wisdom speaking to you. It's reminding you that this lifetime is precious and that there's important work to be done. Your current life circumstances are like a mirror reflecting back exactly what your soul needs to address. The areas where you struggle most persistently, the patterns that seem impossible to break, the relationships that trigger your deepest wounds. These aren't obstacles to your spiritual growth. They are your spiritual growth. When you begin to view your life challenges through this lens, everything changes. That difficult relationship with your parent isn't just psychological baggage. It might be your soul's opportunity to heal ancestral patterns of trauma. That recurring financial struggle isn't just bad luck. It could be your soul learning to trust in abundance and release scarcity consciousness that spans multiple lifetimes. The key is developing what I call soul sight, the ability to see beyond the surface drama of your human experience to perceive the deeper spiritual curriculum at work. This doesn't mean becoming passive or accepting harmful situations. Rather, it means approaching your challenges with curiosity and wisdom, asking not, "Why is this happening to me?" but "What is my soul trying to learn through this experience?" Over the next parts of this video, we're going to explore the specific areas where your soul likely needs resolution before your next incarnation. We'll look at how to identify your personal karmic patterns, understand the deeper spiritual lessons within your relationships, recognize and heal ancestral wounds, align with your soul's true purpose, and prepare your consciousness for whatever comes next. This isn't just theoretical knowledge. These are practical tools for accelerating your spiritual evolution in this lifetime. Because remember, every pattern you resolve, every wound you heal, every lesson you integrate doesn't just free you, it contributes to the healing and evolution of all consciousness. Are you ready to discover what your soul is calling you to resolve? Let's continue this journey together. Now that we understand the soul's journey through lifetimes, let's dive into the practical work of identifying what your soul specifically needs to resolve. The key is learning to read the signs your soul is constantly sending you through your life experiences, emotions, and patterns. Your soul communicates through repetition. If you're experiencing the same type of challenge repeatedly across different areas of your life, this isn't coincidence, it's curriculum. Take a moment to reflect on the patterns that keep showing up for you. Do you consistently attract partners who are emotionally unavailable? Do you find yourself in power struggles at work regardless of the job or company? Are you always struggling with feelings of not being good enough, no matter how much you achieve? These repetitive patterns are like spiritual breadcrumbs leading you directly to what needs healing. Your soul will continue to create opportunities for you to learn these lessons until you finally get it. The universe is infinitely patient, but it's also infinitely persistent. The pattern will keep presenting itself, often getting more intense each time, until you stop running from it and start learning from it. One of the most powerful ways to identify your karmic patterns is through what I call emotional archaeology. This involves digging beneath your surface reactions to uncover the deeper wounds that drive your behavior. When something triggers you emotionally, when you feel that familiar surge of anger, fear, sadness, or shame, instead of pushing it away or getting lost in the story, pause and ask yourself, when was the first time I felt this exact feeling? Often, you'll trace it back to childhood, but sometimes the feeling goes even deeper than this lifetime. You might find yourself with inexplicable fears or attractions that seem to have no basis in your current life experience. A fear of drowning despite never having had a traumatic water experience, an instant connection or aversion to certain people, places, or time periods. These could be soul memories from previous incarnations surfacing for healing. Your relationships are perhaps the most direct mirror of what your soul needs to resolve. Every significant relationship in your life, family, romantic partners, close friends, even difficult colleagues, represents different aspects of your own psyche that need integration or healing. The people who trigger you most intensely are often your greatest teachers, reflecting back the parts of yourself that you haven't yet accepted or integrated. Look at your family dynamics with fresh eyes. The challenges you experienced with your parents or siblings often represent generational patterns that your soul chose to incarnate into in order to heal. If there's addiction in your family line, your soul might be here to break that cycle. If there's a pattern of financial struggle, emotional unavailability, or abuse, you might be the one chosen to transform that energy for your entire lineage. Your body also holds incredible wisdom about what needs resolution. Chronic illnesses, recurring injuries, or persistent physical symptoms often have spiritual dimensions. Louise Hay's groundbreaking work showed us how different ailments correspond to different emotional and spiritual imbalances. Back problems might indicate feeling unsupported. Throat issues could relate to not speaking your truth, and heart conditions might reflect unhealed grief or closed-heartedness. Pay attention to your dreams and meditation experiences as well. Your soul often communicates more clearly when your rational mind is quiet. Recurring dreams, especially those with strong emotional content, often contain important messages about unresolved aspects of your soul's journey. Dreams of being chased might indicate you're running from something you need to face, while dreams of flying could represent your soul's desire for greater freedom and expansion. Your deepest fears and your greatest desires also contain clues about your soul's mission. What terrifies you most might be exactly what you came here to master. If you're terrified of public speaking, your soul might need to learn about authentic self-expression and claiming your voice. If you're afraid of intimacy, your lesson might be about learning to love and be loved without conditions. Similarly, your strongest desires and talents often point toward your soul's purpose and what it's trying to develop in this lifetime. The things that bring you alive, that you could do for hours without getting tired, that feel effortless and joyful. These are clues about the gifts your soul is here to cultivate and share. Start keeping a pattern journal. Write down recurring themes in your relationships, repeating challenges, physical symptoms, dreams, fears, and desires. Over time, you'll begin to see the common threads that weave through all areas of your life. These threads are your soul's curriculum, showing you exactly what needs attention, healing, and resolution. Remember, recognizing these patterns isn't about judging yourself or feeling bad about what you discover. It's about developing compassion for your soul's journey and excitement about the growth opportunities that lie ahead. In our next part, we'll explore how to work with these patterns to create actual resolution and healing, transforming your karmic debts into spiritual wisdom. Now that you've identified your karmic patterns, the real work begins, transforming these patterns into wisdom and healing. This is where theory becomes practice, where awareness becomes transformation. The first step in resolving karmic patterns is what I call pattern interruption. When you catch yourself in the middle of a familiar pattern, whether it's reacting with anger, falling into victim consciousness, or making the same self-sabotaging choice, you pause and consciously choose differently. This might feel uncomfortable at first because your soul and nervous system are used to the old pattern, but this discomfort is actually the friction of growth happening. Let's say you've identified that you always attract partners who are emotionally unavailable. The next time you feel drawn to someone with these qualities, instead of following your usual pattern of pursuing them harder or try to change them, you pause. You recognize this as your soul's curriculum showing up again, and you make a different choice. Maybe you step back, maybe you communicate your needs clearly, or maybe you choose not to engage at all. Forgiveness work is absolutely essential for karmic resolution, but not the kind of forgiveness most people think of. This isn't about letting people off the hook or pretending harmful actions didn't happen. Soul-level forgiveness is about releasing the energetic charge that keeps you bound to past experiences and people. It's about freeing yourself from carrying the weight of old wounds forward into your next incarnation. One powerful forgiveness practice is to write letters you'll never send to everyone who has hurt you, including yourself. Pour out all your anger, pain, and disappointment on the paper. Then burn the letters, visualizing the smoke carrying away the energetic bonds that have kept you stuck. This isn't a one-time practice. Karmic wounds often have layers that need to be peeled away gradually. Shadow work is another crucial component of karmic resolution. Your shadow consists of the parts of yourself you've rejected, denied, or hidden away. These rejected aspects often show up in the people and situations that trigger you most. If someone's arrogance infuriates you, there might be unexpressed arrogance in your own shadow that needs integration. If you're constantly attracting dishonest people, you might need to examine where you've been dishonest with yourself. The goal isn't to become these shadow qualities in their negative form, but to integrate their positive aspects. The shadow of arrogance might contain healthy confidence and self-advocacy. The shadow of anger might contain passion and the ability to set boundaries. Energy healing modalities can accelerate karmic resolution significantly. Practices like Reiki, chakra clearing, past life regression therapy, and family constellation work can help release stuck energy patterns that span multiple lifetimes. These modalities work at the energetic level where karmic imprints are stored, often creating shifts that years of talk therapy alone couldn't achieve. Service to others is one of the fastest ways to resolve karmic debt. When you use your gifts and experiences, even your pain and struggles, to help others heal and grow, you transform your karma from burden into blessing. Your wounds become your wisdom. Your pain becomes your purpose. Most importantly, approach this work with patience and compassion. Karmic patterns didn't form overnight, and they won't resolve overnight either. Celebrate small victories and trust the process. Every moment of awareness, every conscious choice, every act of forgiveness is moving you toward resolution. Your soul chose these specific patterns because it knew you had the strength and wisdom to heal them. Trust in your soul's intelligence and your own capacity for transformation. The most complex and transformative aspect of karmic resolution involves our soul contracts with other people. These aren't romantic fairy tales. They're profound spiritual agreements that often involve challenging dynamics designed to catalyze growth for all parties involved. Your most difficult relationships are often your most important soul contracts. That parent who never seemed to understand you, the romantic partner who broke your heart, the friend who betrayed your trust. These souls agreed to play challenging roles in your life to help you learn specific lessons. This doesn't mean their behavior was acceptable or that you should tolerate abuse, but understanding the spiritual dimension can help you find peace and resolution. Soul contracts typically fall into several categories. Teacher contracts involve people who come into your life to show you something important about yourself or life. These relationships might be brief but impactful, leaving you fundamentally changed. Karmic contracts are about balancing energy from past lifetimes. Where there was harm, there's now an opportunity for healing and forgiveness. Companion soul contracts are with people who've agreed to support your growth through love and encouragement. These are often your closest friends, mentors, or family members who believe in you unconditionally. Then there are completion contracts, relationships that need resolution before your soul can move forward freely. The key to resolving soul contracts is understanding that completion doesn't always mean reconciliation. Sometimes completion means fully forgiving and releasing someone energetically. Sometimes it means setting healthy boundaries and ending contact while maintaining love and compassion. Sometimes it means having difficult conversations and finding mutual understanding. One powerful practice for soul contract resolution is the energetic cord cutting ceremony. Visualize the energetic cord connecting you to people with whom you have unresolved issues. These aren't the healthy connections of love, but the hooks of resentment, dependency, or manipulation. Use your intention, sometimes supported by tools like sage or crystals, to cut these cords while sending love and forgiveness to both yourself and the other person. When you resolve the soul contract, you'll often feel a profound sense of relief and freedom. You might dream about the person, receive unexpected communication from them, or simply feel a shift in your energy when you think of them. These are signs that the energetic resolution has occurred at the soul level. Remember, some of your most beautiful relationships are also soul contracts. These people agreed to love you, support you, and help you remember your true nature. Expressing gratitude for these souls and honoring the gifts they've brought to your life is just as important as resolving the challenging contracts. Your soul family extends beyond this lifetime, and the love you share transcends physical death. Trust that every relationship serves your highest good, even when it doesn't feel that way. Beyond healing wounds and resolving patterns, your soul has a specific purpose it came to fulfill in this lifetime. This isn't just about career or achievements. It's about the unique gift your soul brings to the collective evolution of consciousness. Your soul's purpose often emerges from your deepest wounds, transformed into wisdom. The areas where you've suffered most intensely frequently become the areas where you have the most to offer others. If you've struggled with addiction, your purpose might involve helping others find recovery. If you've experienced deep betrayal, you might be here to teach about trust and forgiveness. Your pain becomes your power when consciously transformed. Many souls get distracted by what they think they should be doing rather than what they're actually called to do. Society, family expectations, and ego desires can pull you away from your true purpose. Your soul's calling might not look impressive to others or fit conventional definitions of success, but it will feel deeply meaningful and energizing to you. Signs that you're aligned with your soul's purpose include feeling energized rather than drained by your activities, experiencing synchronicities and opportunities flowing toward you, and sensing that your work serves something greater than yourself. When you're living your purpose, challenges still arise, but they feel like growth opportunities rather than obstacles. To connect with your soul's purpose, spend time in silence and solitude. Meditation, nature walks, journaling, and any practice that quiets your mental chatter allows your soul's voice to emerge. Ask yourself, what would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? What breaks my heart about the world? What brings me alive with passion and joy? Your gifts and talents are clues, but they're not the whole picture. Your soul's purpose is how you use these gifts in service of love, healing, and consciousness expansion. You might be a natural teacher, but your specific purpose could be teaching children with learning disabilities, or adults recovering from trauma, or spiritual seekers ready for advanced practices. Integration is crucial at this stage of soul development. This means taking all the healing work you've done, all the patterns you've resolved, all the forgiveness you've cultivated, and weaving it into a coherent expression of your authentic self. You become a living example of transformation and possibility. As you align more fully with your purpose, you naturally complete many karmic contracts. When you're living authentically and serving from love, you stop creating new karma and begin dissolving old patterns simply through the power of your aligned presence. Your soul's purpose isn't separate from your healing journey. It's the natural flowering of your transformation. As we reach the final part of our journey together, it's time to integrate everything and prepare your soul for whatever comes next. This isn't about rushing toward completion, but about embodying the wisdom you've gained and living with conscious awareness of your soul's evolution. The ultimate resolution your soul seeks is the remembering of its true nature, that you're not separate from the divine, from others, or from the universe itself. Every pattern you've healed, every relationship you've resolved, every aspect of your purpose you've embodied has been leading you back to this fundamental truth. You are not a broken being needing to be fixed. You are a divine soul having a human experience for the purpose of expansion and evolution. True spiritual maturity means holding paradox with grace. You can simultaneously work on your healing while accepting yourself completely as you are. You can be fully human, feeling all emotions, making mistakes, having preferences, while also maintaining awareness of your eternal, unchanging essence. This integration of human and divine is perhaps the greatest achievement of a soul's incarnation. As you continue this work, focus on embodying the qualities your soul came to develop. If your soul is learning compassion, practice it daily with yourself and others. If you're developing courage, take small, brave actions regularly. If wisdom is your focus, seek to understand rather than judge. These qualities become part of your soul's permanent essence, gifts you will carry forward into future experiences. Prepare for transition by releasing attachment to specific outcomes. Your soul's journey may continue in this physical form for many years, or it may take you to other dimensions of experience. Either way, trust that your soul knows the perfect timing and path for your continued evolution. Death is not an ending, but a graduation, a transition to new classrooms of experience. Practice gratitude for this incarnation, including all its challenges and gifts. Thank your body for carrying you through this lifetime. Thank the people who've been your teachers, mirrors, and companions. Thank yourself for having the courage to incarnate during these transformative times and for doing the deep work of soul evolution. Remember that your personal healing and evolution contributes to the healing of the collective. Every pattern you resolve, every wound you heal, every moment of love you embody sends ripples through the field of consciousness, making it easier for others to do their own soul work. You are part of a vast network of awakening souls, each contributing to humanity's spiritual evolution. As you move forward, trust your soul's wisdom. Listen to the quiet voice within that knows your next steps. Continue to choose love over fear, growth over comfort, service over selfishness. Your soul will guide you to exactly what needs attention next. The question isn't whether your soul will evolve. Evolution is inevitable. The question is whether you'll participate consciously in that evolution, becoming a co-creator with the divine in your own transformation and in the healing of our world. Your soul's journey is magnificent, eternal, and perfect exactly as it is.